In this question, it's asking us to solve 2x to the power of 2 over 3 minus x to the power of 1 over 3 minus 10 equals to 0. So normally, like, when you see, like, an equation with three terms, it's mostly a quadratic equation. And a quadratic equation, the highest power of x is 2, not a fractional indices. So whenever you have a fractional indices in your, like, equation, and they're asking you to solve it, the best way is to assume a variable for the given variable. So by that, what I mean is that I'm going to put x to the power of 1 over 3 as a. So if I'm going to put x to the power of 1 over 3 as a, that means x to the power of 2 over 3 will become a square. Why? Because x to the power of 2 over 3 is basically x to the power of 1 over 3 being whole square. And since we said that x to the power of 1 over 3 equals to a, so that's why it's a squared. So now that you've sorted that out, I'm going to replace x with a in the equation. So now it's going to be 2a squared minus a minus 10 equals to 0. So now we factorize the quadratic equation as we normally do. So 2a squared minus 5a plus 4a minus 10 equals to 0. Why did we do this? Because when you're trying to factorize a quadratic equation and we're using the method splitting the term, what we do is you multiply the constant with the coefficient of the highest degree of power of the variable, which is a squared over here. So 10 times 2 is 20. Then you find factors of the product. So we have 10 times 2, we have 5 times 4, 20 times 1, and that is it. So now once we've listed down our factors, we replace the middle term, which is negative a, with that set of factors which when added or subtracted give us the middle term. So we know that 5 minus 4 is 1. 20 minus 1 is 19. 20 plus 1 is 21. 10 minus 2 is 8. And 10 plus 2 is 12. We can clearly see that 5 and 4 give us the required answer, which is 1 for the middle term, which is the coefficient of a. So that's why we did negative 5a plus 4a. We replaced negative a with these numbers. And now we can factorize the equation fully by splitting this equation into two parts. So this is one part, and this is the other part. So now when you factorize this, in the first part, or like the first group, we can see that we have a common. So a bracket 2a minus 5. And the second group, we have 2 common. So plus 2 bracket 2a minus 5. So now between a and 2, we have 2a minus 5 common. So we take that common. And inside the bracket, we're left with a plus 2. So now let's put both the brackets equal to 0. 2a minus 5 equals to 0. And a plus 2 equals to 0. One value of a is 5 over 2. And the other is negative 2. Now keep in mind, we're trying to find the values of x, not just the value of a. So we're going to use these values of a in this equation and find the corresponding x value. So if we erase this part over here, x to the power of 1 over 3 was a. So if we say x to the power of 1 over 3 equals to 5 over 2. Find the value of x, I'm going to cube both sides to get rid of the 1 over 3 on x. So that's x equals to 5 cube is 125 and 2 cube is 8. Then if x to the power of 1 over 3 equals to negative 2, again, cube both sides. So x equals to negative 8. So as you can see, one value is 125 over 8 and the other is negative 8. These are your answers.